Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Welcome back to Interlaced podcast by Ummati Community. It is your host, Sara Ahmed, and I'm so happy to be back with episode 3. Here I have Sameera Shaikh, who I call Sameera Baji with double E's, and we will be going through the references, why that's the case. Exactly. And inshallah, today we'll be talking about exactly, post the Ramadan retreat that we had in mid-January, what that experience was like. So Sameera Baji here was one of the attendees, one of the 18 women that attended our first ever trip. And it's been so nice to just chat with her, just even a little bit post the trip, because everyone's kind of like came from different cities. And how are you? How have you been? How has life been after after the trip?
First and foremost, Walaikum Assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to see you again, Sarah. I know it's just been a month, but we connected so well. I'm so happy to see you right now. How I've been? Amazing, excellent. It's been a fun 1 month since I came back. About the trip, again, something about myself is my name is Sameera Sheikh. I'm a mom and I'm a working lady. I work in IT. We moved from California last August, and after I moved here, I was trying to just join in some of the WhatsApp groups and trying to get a feel of how the community is, be part of the community. And during one of those the sessions, I mean, I think I was going through it. I saw this ad, but I think you posted the ad in
Yeah,
the DFW Moms group.
yeah.
I was like, okay, I don't know anyone. It's a good way to make friends, and I'm so glad I joined. But yes, that's how I I came to know about this trip, and I joined it, and I'm so glad I joined it. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I think a lot of the main concern I think that a lot of people had, and they had asked me before and after the trip, like how was it like meeting like random strangers? I think I only knew just two or three people there, but a lot of the questions that I had gotten was, how was it like, spending a weekend with random people that you've never met, and then what about the age range? Like, did you find people around your age group? And I think from what I remember, the age group of the ladies in attendance was anywhere between 20, I think the youngest was 22 up to 55 or so, something like that. And when I tell people this, they're just like, that is such a big gap. Like,
Exactly.
how did you guys mingle? Like, what was the thought process? Was anybody kind of like you know, a little reserved because it's such a big age gap? I personally didn't feel like that at all. I felt like we all had such
Yes.
wonderful personalities and we just came together. But that was me.
Yes.
From some of the conversation I had, I felt like the others felt the same way. But what's your feedback like?
So, I mean, the thing is, the group dynamics, as I would like to call it, was excellent. And I think what mattered is everyone, as you stated, we had people from different decades, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, right? And actually, when the day, 2 days before the event, I remember Noreen had this WhatsApp group and let's introduce ourselves. And I'm like, college student, college student. I'm like, oh my God, this is like a bunch of school kids. I'm going to be there. Should I be going? Should I not be going? And then I saw, I think Noreen's mom posted, I'm there. I'm like, okay, I think I'll find someone or the other to hang out with. And once I reached there, when I went there, I was one of the persons who was carpooling, so I picked up Shaima and Desiree. Again, two beautiful different ladies from extremely different backgrounds, you know.
Yeah.
And our journey, and I was like, I don't know how it's going to be. Our journey was so much fun. You know how Shaima is. She's on a different level, high
Right.
energy. We were like laughing, we enjoyed, we stopped at Austin, and once we reached there, I think the the feel, or as I stated, the group dynamics, everyone just wanted to, you know, we were all very accepting, and we with this attitude that we are going to have fun and we are going to, you know, make the most out of it. So I think that attitude really made a difference. Very
Yeah, I
positive
think so too.
attitude.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the ladies were so nice. Every one of them was so sweet, so what's the right word? Accepting. I don't know, but everybody was very sweet. very
Yeah,
inclusive.
I felt like the biggest key thing was alhamdulillah, it was a non-judgment zone,
Yes,
right? It
very
was a
true. Very true.
judgment-free zone. And
Very
we
true.
had, especially those nights, I don't know about you, but one of my favorite parts of the trip was the introspective
Oh
the
yes.
reflections that we
Oh
had
yes.
at the end
Oh
of the
yes.
day. Noreen had done I called her like a week after the trip and I was like, Noreen, I still look at my packet, the prompts that you had, like you'd put, I can tell how much work you put into it, because the
Exactly.
way she was directing the conversation, I'm just like, these are things I never even thought about. You know, subhanallah.
Exactly.
And really the whole purpose was not only to provide and do a ladies only trip, but the intention behind it was a Ramadan retreat, right? So now
Yes.
that Ramadan is 2 weeks away, I actually feel like mentally and spiritually I'm ready for it because of those
Mashallah.
discussions we had. You know,
Wow.
do you refer back to some of the conversations, because I think those were one of the best
Yes.
experiences we've had.
I mean, I don't know. You remember when we went on these hikes, and we had
Yeah.
these certain sections or certain groups we separated out. And in my group, when we would go and we would stop, and Samira with an eye, right? She was very conscious, like, let's take a moment, let's take a breather, let's absorb the nature, and so you started pacing, you started going at a slower pace, but you were more observant of everything around you. And then, at the end of the day, when we were sitting and discussing and reflecting, the words that Nadia, I think it was Nadia, yeah, Nadia mentioned, like how she was feeling during those times. It was so beautiful the way she explained the whole thing. I was like, yes, we all felt that, that serenity. And then those reflective moments when we were discussing certain difficult topics also,
Yeah.
everybody was connecting at some point or the other. So
Right.
yes, after coming back, I think what I felt was, everyone from the different walks of life, we all have our difficulties in our journey, but
Yeah.
we're all striving to be better humans, and
Right.
we are all working very hard. And I think everybody feels scared that the other person might be judgmental, but nobody bothers about the other one. We're all so into our stuff.
Yeah.
But it was beautiful. I think I really enjoyed the company. And again, Naureen, oh my God, she planned it to the T.
She did
Breakfast. You
such
just
a
have
good job.
this. Yes. She spoiled me now. I'm going to blame her. I'm going to expect any trip I go to be as perfectly planned as she did. Oh my God.
Yeah, mashallah. Like, so this was my first time working with her too. And a lot of, like, for Ummati, my team and I were always planning events, but planning a trip, it's
Oh.
a whole different ball game. And the fact that
Mhm.
I don't think, alhamdulillah, nothing went wrong. I think, like, because,
Alhamdulillah. See, the
alhamdulillah.
weather was, if you see, the weather was not cooperating, but somehow
Yes.
she had even planned that to the detail. If this happens, we do this. If this, I'm like, oh my God, you are the best.
She did such a good job. Like, subhanallah, she thought about things that I didn't even consider, you
Yes.
know? And especially like after, I think, the first hike, when we came back from the caverns, the charcuterie board, I
Uh-huh.
initially thought that would not be enough to do, like, to go on that. I'm like, man, I'm gonna be hungry.
Yes. Yeah, she is a perfectionist, no doubt, no
Yeah.
doubt. I mean, that's what I was thinking, like, okay, I'm gonna have this podcast. I can't remember what I did, and I just opened her PDF, the itinerary, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yes, check, 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 check. Right
Yeah,
from the
subhanallah.
yoga to the hot tub to
Yeah,
the caverns to the hiking to even the different
everything.
levels of hiking to the detail of the food that you're going to be traveling. I'm going to be packing sandwiches for you. These are the snacks. This is your water bottle. That level of detail she had spent
Yeah.
time in jotting down. Yeah,
Yeah, and
that
all
was
of that took
amazing.
Yeah, and all of that took months in advance to plan. I think Noreen and I started conversations, I think last August or September, and then she
Oh,
was
one
like,
year.
yeah, yeah, last
Wow.
August, September we started planning, and we started talking about the trip. And I think and she even had a plan for that, mashallah. She was like, Sarah, I need these many weeks to plan a trip
Uh-huh.
like this. and by this
Uh-huh.
date, everything needs to be done. I was like, okay, Noreen, you and I can.
Wow.
And she's like, how? I asked her, I'm like, how often do you want us to meet? She's like, we can meet, every other week or once every 3 weeks, and then after that, we need to meet once a week. I was like, okay, we can
Mhm.
do that.
Wow.
And to see someone, mashallah, to use your skill set at such a level, like mashallah,
Mhm.
this trip would not have happened without her. Like the credit goes to
Absolutely.
her, mashallah.
Alhamdulillah.
But
How did you guys decide on this location? Was it you decided, or was it Noreen who was looking out? How did
so
you?
Noreen actually came to me with three different locations.
Uh-huh.
She gave me three different options, and I looked at all three of them, and I told, and she even gave me like distances. If we were to do this hike, it would be this far. If you went to here, it would be this far. And there was one location I also liked. It was right by the water, and it had
Okay.
kayaks and everything. But I
Uh-huh.
felt like the kitchen and interior was small. So I was like,
Oh,
if we're gonna be there, if I'm gonna be in charge of the cooking, I need the kitchen to be good.
oh yes,
So
the kitchen was awesome. The kitchen was
I need the
awesome.
kitchen to be good. So I was like, okay, Noreen. When I saw this location, the ranch, it was a 15-acre
Hmm.
ranch. When I saw this one,
Hmm.
I was like, this kitchen is great. The interior is
Hmm.
very nice. The rooms are spacious, and it's not that far. It's about
Yeah.
like it's a half an hour drive, I think, at most. And then there was
Uh-huh.
local, I think, grocery stores like HEB was nearby. So if
Uh-huh.
we needed
Uh-huh.
anything, we can go get it. So I was like,
Right.
Noreen, I like the location. So she was like, Sada, it's a little bit more expensive, but I'll see what I can do. I was like, let me know if it's a good
Okay.
location, if it's a
Uh-huh.
safe location, because we're all gonna be ladies. We need to make
Yes.
sure all of those things check the boxes.
Yes.
So she came back to me the week after 6 we can make it happen. I was like, great. I'm so
Oh wow.
happy.
It was a beautiful ranch. It was a beautiful ranch, no doubt. I mean, the layout, the aesthetics, and even each and every piece that person had put in the place, it was amazing. It was high end.
Yeah. Yeah, the decor from the leather couches were so
Oh yes.
comfortable.
Did you guys get to play on those machines? Those the Pac-Man machine on? Did you play on those?
No,
No.
no, I don't think I got a
See?
chance to play on any of them. I think some of the other
You were
ladies
busy
did.
cooking.
Yeah, I remember I used to like wake up for Fajr and then go straight to the kitchen. And every time we came back from the hike, I would just wash my hands and go straight to the kitchen.
Oh, Jazakallah khair and so much. The food was excellent. I know you guys were so tired and thank you so much. It felt so good to be taken care of and not
Alhamdulillah.
have to think what I have to cook.
I think honestly, it was again the credit all goes to Noreen. I feel like I was a very small part of that, but even
Uh-huh.
even with that, everyone we I feel like another big thing about the trip was that we did everything collectively. Right? If
Yes.
I was in the
Yes.
kitchen, I was never alone in the kitchen. There was like four or
Yes.
five, like we were always there, and we're laughing, we're making jokes, and we're just having such a fun
True.
time. And subhanallah, it was such a wholesome experience. I
Yes.
called my mom. I used to
Uh-huh.
FaceTime my mom on the first day, and I was like, Ami, you made a big mistake. You didn't come. You made such a big mistake. You are missing out. You should have been here. You would have met all these ladies. And then she's like, there's no one my age. I was like, yes, there is. You would have had fun. You would have had fun.
Oh, I could have convinced if I would have known. No doubt. It was, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a very it was a very unique experience. I have been to so many uh not retreats, but so many vacations, but with family, and I was so skeptical it's going to be like, you put two women in a room and you know what happens. It's like 16, 17 of us together with different backgrounds, different age groups,
Yeah,
different walks of life, and but we were
exactly.
like, we are here to enjoy and have fun. And I think the intention that Noreen set right from the beginning, this is to discuss about how we plan to plan our akhirah, have those reflective moments, talk about Quran, talk about the small aspects and how we can implement a religion in a better way, practice it in a better way. I think that intention kind of went through
Yeah,
the whole theme of the
absolutely.
retreat. So yeah, it was very nice. Again, the vision boards. I've done task lists, but I've never done vision boards. That was a
Me
lot of fun.
neither.
I remember
Yeah.
1:30, everybody was like doing vision boards at night.
No, I think that intentionality piece was a big, big part of the trip because
Yeah.
I think even like subhanallah, even with the food, right? Noreen always
Mhm.
kept reminding us. She's like, make sure you take as much as you need, right? Don't be wasteful. Don't be wasteful. Don't be wasteful. And I think that was such a good reminder, because like even with food, people do are wasteful with food. And just she's like, start off with taking small, and then you can always go back for seconds, thirds, and fourths. There's enough for everyone. And I
Mhm.
liked how, especially like with the meals, I liked how whatever was left the day before, we always repurposed it for the next day. So nothing went to waste. Like we were all so mindful.
Yes, yes, that's
Yeah,
true. That's true. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, perfect, perfectly planned trip. You rarely have those, and I mean, it was amazing. I don't even know what to say. It was like I went with no expectations. I was
yeah.
like, did I get myself into something? I'm like, I have my own car. I can drive back if I need to.
You were
I did
gonna
not
leave
even.
all of us. Samir,
Oh,
you're gonna leave us.
Sameera Baji's gone. The double E is missing.
Okay, so why don't you explain this whole double E thing? Where did this come from?
Oh, okay. So first day we all land over there, and then Noreen is like, we meet at the we're at the dining table. We get our dinner, and we're at the dining table, and I think the second person to go is this is very sweet lady. She says, "Hi, my name is Sameera. You can call me Sameera Baji." And then we give a little bit of a background, and then she's like, "Okay, who's the next person?" I'm like, "I'm the next person." I'm like, "Hi, I'm also Sameera, but with a double E. You can call me Sameera Baha." So that's how it started. So we had another person with the same name. Very sweet persons. All Sameeras are amazing.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true.
Sara, you are like a condensed form of Sameera. You just remove the MEE or MI and you become Sameera, Sara. Yeah, and that's how we met. I think I had some
Yeah,
very, very insightful conversations with Sameera. Like, I could connect with her, and
yeah,
we're the same age. And she's also got older kids. And it was a different conversation I used to have with her. We had a different conversation, when we had those rides back and forth.
yeah. Those
There was
were
some
all.
intense,
I think it was the
intense
second day
conversation.
when we were driving, either
Yeah.
driving to or driving from, where we just kept
Yeah.
laughing.
Oh,
We,
yeah. What was that?
that
That I don't even remember what the conversation was.
I just remember we were laughing so hard, my stomach was hurting, and I think it was something about like phrases that are said in like Urdu.
I don't remember. I know I can't recollect now. What was it? Lost in translation, I suppose.
Yeah. It was at that
No.
moment. But mashallah, Samira Baji too, she's so one the other thing I loved how Noreen tied this into the trip was from the beginning that she had thought about this to and then she tied it in the end was assigning a person to each one. And
Oh, yes.
we had to like get to know them secretly. And then I think we
Mm-hmm.
called it what, secret sahabiya or something.
Yeah,
And
secret
then we had
Santa.
to write a letter. Oh, so
Oh.
Samira Baji was my person. Samira Baji was my
Oh,
person.
she was mine.
Oh, really?
We had such cute things about it. Oh my God,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, she was yours. Oh, lovely.
Yeah, she was right. So when because I think she was always there in the kitchen with me, and then I was like, no, this is a good opportunity. This because and I really liked how Noreen also had two levels of hiking. She had an advanced
Yes.
one and a more
Yes.
intermediate one.
Yes.
So I was like, the second day I'm gonna do the intermediate. I'll have more time to spend with Samira Baji. I was like, okay. So I
Oh,
got
so
to
that
know
was
her.
the goal. Ah, I
I had
see.
I was planning,
Oh, nice.
but mashallah, she's so wise. She knows. She
She
has
is.
knowledge, like even if it's a little bit, she knows a little bit about everything.
Very
Mashallah.
true. Very true.
She's so introspective, she's so calm, like the way she
Yes.
speaks, and she has this presence. Like I noticed that whenever I think Hajar also mentioned that she's like, when Samira Baji speaks, everyone goes quiet and they're all listening what does she has
Yes,
to say.
exactly. Very true.
Mashallah, she has such a profound presence to her, and she's so well spoken and soft
Yes.
spoken, and um
She's a no
subhanallah, it's
nonsense person. She's like,
yeah,
this is it. And she has the knowledge, as you stated, right? You're walking in the park and she say, this cactus, you can eat the flower. I'm like, what? She knew about the plantation over there, the vegetation, and it's like, this is what you find in this area of Houston, and this is what you find up north. I'm like, wow. I mean,
yeah.
that was She's an overall package, you know.
Yeah,
Excellent
mashallah, she
cook.
is.
Excellent
Oh
cook.
yeah, I learned so much from her.
You did.
When
The tacos you made were amazing. Let me just point that out. They were
oh, thank you.
amazing. When did I got the meat from that place you suggested? So one more thing I learned from this trip is all the stuff like the flour, the natural stuff that you guys buy. There's a lot of information that was shared. A lot of data transfer.
Yeah. Actually, I was missing the group so much. I actually made birria tacos yesterday, so now I have to make the tortilla, the bread, so my husband and I can have some tonight. But
Yeah.
I was like, man, the last time I had birria tacos was at the trip. I need to make some more.
It was amazing. It was excellent. You know, usually I have sometimes issues with the meat, but it was very good. It was
Yeah,
very well done.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember
But
the in the morning after Fajr, we would just walk out? The best thing that Noreen did was like, she was like, let's read our salahs together.
mhm,
So we all
yeah,
would make an effort to come. Was it Khadija? She would at 5 or 5:30 knock on our doors, poor thing. Tick, tick, tick. So we had
oh,
someone knocking on our door early morning to wake us up for Fajr. And then we would go there and we would read Salah together. And after
yeah,
that, we would kind of disperse. Some would be sitting on the sides reading Quran or,
mhm,
doing something. And then I remember, was it, I think it was Khadija. There were these cute cows next door, right?
yeah,
So,
yeah,
oh my, so cute. And then she was reading Surah Baqarah over there just to see
yeah,
what's happening.
yeah. I think after the first day, um, Noreen started to play Vikr on the TV, like the morning Vikr. So everyone either stayed to read Quran or they went to their rooms. But because we were still in the kitchen, she like started to play that. And I thought that was such a good idea because you don't realize it when you're even doing like miscellaneous work. You start reciting it. You start
Mhm.
like reciting the same thing you're listening. So I was like, I started listening to it. So I started doing that at home. I would just play it if I'm doing like cleaning or
Music?
whatever. I would just play it. And now I just start reciting it. I'm like, this is such a good idea. Instead of having music or
Gosh.
something playing, might as well just have a dhikr or something like that playing. And then that way you can just, not only will you memorize some more things, but it becomes a habit. So there's so
Yes.
many things that I learned from her, subhanallah, all these good habits that I feel like is gonna help me carry on and carry forward. But I really can't wait for the next one. I really want I
Are
need
you
to
guys
get on a
planning
call with
something
Nori.
soon?
We're planning, inshallah. We want to do two more trips, inshallah, this year. The
Inshallah,
first
inshallah.
one, actually, the second one, I should say, it will be a day trip. So a lot of women who have kids and they're also working, they're like, Sada, we can't commit to a weekend trip. It's too
Mm-hmm,
long for us. So
hmm.
if you do something in the day trip, like we go after Fajr, we come back after Isha, we can do that. So I want to
Okay.
do something like that for the ladies in Dallas. And then,
In
inshallah, Noreen
Dallas?
and I were talking about in
Is it in
Dallas.
Dallas? You said, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Inshallah.
awesome.
So that's the plan. And then for the third one, we wanted to do something out of state. So let's see how that goes. Either
Mm.
Portland or something. I was like, come to Little Rock.
Oh,
Come to
wow.
there's lots of cows here. You can come here. Come visit me.
Nice. There's a lot of cows here.
There's a lot of cows here. So many
One second.
cows.
Sorry, my bad. Oh, love.
It's all good. It's
Bismillah.
all good. But subhanallah.
Inshallah. Give me one
I
second.
know.
Yeah. I mean, again, the whole trip, as in a whole, was an excellent experience for me. We had a good range of ladies from different diversities, different backgrounds, like what Asia, Middle East, again South Asian, Middle East. Some were from here, US, and it was different age groups. And I think the best part is everyone was. The intent with which we all came and the group dynamics was so good. I really, really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. And we were all strong headed women. Let me tell you that. It's not easy to have an environment where you have opinionated, strong headed
Yeah.
ladies, and everyone
Yeah.
was like, I'm game.
Yeah, and I
That's true.
think
So
and
it was
and I think
beautiful.
like you mentioned, yeah, and like you mentioned earlier, like when you have two women in a room, but in this case, alhamdulillah, we had 18 women. All of them were professionals. They all strong-headed ladies, and to see how
Mm-hmm.
we got emotional together, how we laughed together, how we spent
Yes.
our entire weekend together.
Yes.
I wouldn't change anything, honestly. It was just
Absolutely.
I felt it was a complete experience for me. When I came back, I was
Mhm.
like, I feel fulfilled. It was, alhamdulillah, a
That's
very
true.
fulfilling experience. Alhamdulillah. For me, like I enjoyed it. I honestly can't
Some
wait
of
for the
the
second one.
Yeah, some of the reflection questions were very, introspective and very difficult for
Yeah,
me to answer because, when you're over there, you're not thinking about I had you cook clean, just there in the moment. And then there were the questions. It's like, can you think about why this is happening or what you would? I'm like, and you spend time thinking over it. You're actually spending thinking about the details on why certain things work the way or they are not working for you the way they are, and what are your actual goals in life and how can you make your akhirah better and how do you intertwine it with your daily life. Those
right.
simple questions, but I'm actually sitting and thinking about it. I should be doing it on a daily basis, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it was beautiful.
No,
It
I
was
like
beautiful.
even just like coming up with questions like that, you need to be able to have be a person needs to be doing introspection daily to be able to even come up
Yes.
with questions like that. So I
Yes.
that and that's another thing that goes credit to Nori. Now, like subhanallah, like the fact that not only did she plan an entire itinerary with the menu with things that could go wrong, and then on
Yes.
top of that discussion points,
Yep.
like mashallah,
The
mashallah.
communication was on point. I mean, on par. It was like perfect. Not too much, too not too less. She had every scenario thought through, and every detail. She was like, "If this happens, we're going to do this. You're going to carry this. You're going to be driving in this car." And she was very responsive about everything, and she was very responsible, and she thought through the whole thing. I mean, it was
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah, we should have more get-togethers like this.
yeah.
It was, and I'm glad the group really worked for me.
Alhamdulillah, I think so too. I have to say, I was also a little nervous because I am a people person. I have a more extroverted personality. Mashallah, Shayma is a whole other level. She when she's in the group,
She
I'm just
brought
like,
life
leave me,
in the
I
group.
follow you.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
mashallah.
she's an energizer battery. She is
Yeah,
full of energy. She's like, let's do this, let's do that,
she's
and
so
I had
smart.
fun with it.
Like the
Yeah,
things she'll catch. Oh, it's so funny. She's
she's
hilarious,
very.
mashallah.
Even
Very funny.
Desiree would pass these one-liners, and I would be in spits. She is so humorous. She's a very quiet person, but once she
Yeah,
says something, oh my God, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, was she in the car when we were driving? No, it was you, me, Aram, Sameera, and who else was there in the car when we were like just at it?
Nadia.
No, Nadia. Nadia was there.
Yeah, yeah.
That was fun. Yeah.
That
No,
was a lot of
absolutely. If
fun.
you guys ever plan, do let me know. I would love to again join in. And I don't mind. And I got to know about Ummati. I really did not know there was a
Yeah,
group like that over here. I
yeah,
signed up. I saw you had a Galentine's
yeah.
event also recently. Yeah, I was
Yes.
out of town, but I'm glad you're having these events. Inshallah, I do plan to. I don't know what the age group is going to be, but I will join in one of those events.
Our age group is the same. It's only 18 plus. All adults are welcome. We don't have a cap on any of the age. So
Yeah,
even for the for Galentine's, like there were a couple ladies that brought their moms, and so they're like,
oh, is
can we
it?
have our mom? Yeah. So we never we only have a minimum age of 18, and if anyone
Mm,
younger wants to come, we just ask that they come with a parent or with a chaperone. But there's
mashallah.
no cap. There's no limit to any of our events. So right now we're in the middle of planning our biggest event, inshallah. We're planning a Jamnad Bazaar, and it's gonna be
Oh,
ladies only and just
uh-huh.
kids. Because I know a lot of, this is me too. Like I feel always uncomfortable whenever you're in bazaars and it's mixed, and there's always some weird uncle just like staring at you, and you're just like, I don't want to be here. I want to shop in peace.
Now beta chudi pehna deta hu. No, when are you planning to have it?
Inshallah, March 29th.
Oh, so actually on the Chandra, basically your
Yeah,
goal is
yeah,
on that.
yeah.
Okay, in
Inshallah.
Dallas?
So in Dallas. So I will actually be there. So Sameera Baji, if you don't come, I will know. Okay, I will be there.
Yes.
No,
Oh,
inshallah, my husband and
absolutely,
I plan on
absolutely.
coming. Yeah, my husband and I plan on coming the last few nights of Ramadan. Just and then we're also gonna spend Eid with my parents in Dallas.
Inshallah.
So yeah,
MashaAllah.
inshallah. So it'll be nice. It's I haven't seen a lot of my friends in a while, so it'll be nice spending Eid with everyone and going to the masjids there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be nice.
Memories, huh?
Yes. So if you go to the Frisco Masjid, let me know. I will come just so I can see you. Okay.
Inshallah, inshallah. For the namaz, you're saying for the Eid namaz?
No, so we're gonna come the last few nights of Ramadan too. So I always like to pick a different masjid every night whenever I'm in Dallas because there's
Oh,
so many. So I like to go to Roots. I like to go to VRIC. So if you, I know you're in Frisco, I can go to Frisco Masjid so I can come
inshallah,
see you,
inshallah.
inshallah.
Inshallah, Zarur.
Um,
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. What happened about your meetup with Shaima? Did you guys actually meet up, or was that like
No,
a?
she couldn't come. She said that she had
Oh,
to reschedule. Something came up, and she I had everything ready. I was like, Shema, you're
I
coming. This is the
know.
venue. You're coming. We're gonna do all these things. I had a whole plan, and then she sent me a message. She like, "Saad, unfortunately, something came up. I couldn't go, but inshallah, I'll come later." I was like, my calendar is open. Come whenever you want. You're more than welcome, inshallah.
You
So
reached out to me, and I was like, okay. And suddenly I realized I should. I was planning to meet Shaima and Nadia and Desiree. They go to Roots every now and then. So I was like, I thought about it and then completely forgot. I got back into my routine, and it just slips out. And then when you reached, I'm like, I had decided to meet, and I'm going to make it a point to at least meet them once before, at least in the next month or so. But yeah, I
yeah,
would love to maintain those connections. I think I got to make a few connections. I should, and I will, inshallah, maintain those connections because
absolutely.
the good people, if you find them, hang on to them.
Grab onto them. You don't let them go. You
No
don't
doubt,
let
no
them go.
doubt. No, it was amazing. I mean, thank you so much again. Again, was it Ummati? You guys had started this retreat. Was it your plan or was it no,
It
Noreen?
was both.
Noreen?
So we did it with so Noreen has a organization called CH Collective. So she
Mm-hmm.
does trips. We always wanted to do a trip, but then my mentality is if there's already an organization that does this, why should we invent our own? We don't need to do that. I rather support other women who are doing the same thing. We have a
Right.
community of women, we want to do this, but if there is already a community of women who specifically do travel, I rather work with them.
Perfect.
So that's how I think. What was it? I think it was one of our Houston members. We
Mm-hmm.
have a Houston chapter for Ummati, and then one of our members on the board. She told Noreen about us, I
I
think.
see.
And then we got connected on Instagram, and then we were like, okay, let's set up a meeting. So Noreen and I set up
Mm-hmm.
a meeting. We chatted. I was like, I love what you're talking about. I think Rabia was there too, my other co-founder. She organized a meeting, and I was like, I love like the way she thinks and the way she organizes and plans. So I was like, Noreen, this is gonna be our first experience. She's like, Sada, I will do majority of the planning. You just have to make the final decisions, but I will take care of everything. I was like, that's so nice. For once, I don't have to worry about
Absolutely.
it.
Exactly. She took care of everything.
Yeah.
It was a perfect getaway. It was a perfect retreat. It was a very good
Yeah,
start to Ramadan. It was a good start to the new year because we were like
absolutely.
intention setting, goal setting, mind setting, and then how we want to proceed. It was very nice. I think I had a blast, and inshallah, if you guys do plan to have more, I will inshallah make it a point to join it. Inshallah, inshallah.
Inshallah, inshallah.
It
That's
was
so
so
good
nice
to hear.
connecting with you, Sarah. I had a lot of fun with you. I don't know about you, but I had a lot of fun with you too. पार्टी हो रही है इधर इधर हमारा waterfalls भी है.
Yeah. We created so many videos together. All the trends. You knew all of the video trends to do.
I don't remember if I saw that shalom. Oh, she did put that shalom video. Did she?
That was
Yeah,
really
we were
funny.
learning the languages. You were having fun. I think it was like
Yeah.
being in school, but not being in school, like a
Yeah.
a
Like
dorm.
not having the responsibility, just having the fun. Right?
The best dorm life, right?
Exactly. Exactly. No, alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
I think it was one of the best experience. And this was actually my first girls trip. Like I've never been on a group
Oh.
girls trip before, so this is the first for me. Um I feel like this is gonna have such a high standard now.
Exactly. She spoiled us. Noreen, you've
Yeah.
spoiled me.
And Noreen keeps saying, she's like, Sara, like, okay, if the standard is this high, she's like, it's easy to maintain. We can even do better next time. I was like, what better? It was already perfect.
How do you perfect perfection, right?
I don't know. I think, oh, that's only something Noreen could come with, come up with. Mashallah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Even, if I was just thinking, if I have to plan, I mean, I don't even think that, do you have enough bathrobes in your room? I'm like, who thinks of that? Like,
Yeah,
you have four people, there are three bathrobes. Do you have an extra bathrobe? I'm like, wow, that's the detail she was
yeah,
looking into. And 2 days before, the weather or a week before, the weather does not seem nice, and so these are the options, in case it doesn't work out, this is what we will do. I'm like, nice.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
I was loving being taken care of. Loved every minute of it. It was a very good trip. Thank you so much to Ummati as well as CNH for hosting it. And I would love if the other people, whoever's listening, please, please, if there's an opportunity, do join Ummati. They have a lot of good events. And I know Sarah, she's amazing, and her group of friends or the founders, the other people I've met, they are excellent people. You'll have a lot of fun. It's going to be well planned. And if you have a trip like this, absolutely, I'm game for it.
Alhamdulillah,
Inshallah.
that is so good to hear. Well, guys, you heard it first from Samira. Double Baji.
Double Baji.
She has endorsed us. She has endorsed us. No, alhamdulillah, it's such a pleasure to catch up with you again. And inshallah, once I'm back in Dallas, I'd love to see you in person too.
Inshallah, Zarur,
And
Zarur.
I will keep you updated with any other new events and new trips we plan. We do have, my intention is to do two more this year with Noreen, inshallah. So I just have to get her on another meeting and see what magic we can do together. But that's the plan. But it's so nice catching up with you. Thank you so much for taking the time to joining me.
Thank you for being patient. I'm so sorry for joining in late, but thank you. I had a lovely conversation with you, recapping all those beautiful
Yeah.
memories. It was amazing. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so
Jazakallah.
much. Well, take care and thank you guys for listening. Inshallah, we'll be back with another episode very soon for you. But for now, take care, be kind, and salam alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.